Is Charles Hoskinson having to defend Cardano against the media? What's going on? Is ADA a zombie token at this point? Is Cardano a ghost chain falling out of the top 10? Or is it just developing and grinding away, waiting for its opportunity? Who knows? Media can be bullshit sometimes. So let's dive into this a little bit more. Welcome back to the Blockhash podcast channel. Check out our Substack, blockhash.substack.com, for all the latest and greatest every single week from us, content, videos, media, all that stuff. Also check out blockhashpodcast.com for a resource on everything in regards to the podcast. All right. We'll read through the article, give you my thoughts at the end as always. So what is going on? Charles Hoskinson defending Cardano's ecosystem from a heated crypto media backlash. Ooh, this is getting interesting. My boy, Charles. Following the heightened demand for digital assets by institutional investors and retail traders, Bitcoin has led the altcoin industry in bullish sentiment. However, Cardano, a large cap altcoin with a fully diluted valuation of about $20 billion and a daily average traded volume of around 245 million, has struggled to lift off in the last 6 months. Now, according to the latest crypto oracles, Cardano's price against the US dollar has remained below the 200 weekly moving average since May of 2022 to date. That is kind of bad, but it's not that long ago. So on the other hand, Bitcoin price is up more than 200% in the same period. Additionally, Ethereum, BNB, and Solana are all trading above the 200 weekly moving average. Good points. As a result, some market analysts have referred to Cardano as a sleeping giant, while others have categorized it among the zombie coins. So what do you guys think? Tell me in the comment section. Is Cardano a sleeping giant or a zombie coin? In a recent X post, Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson reminded the network critics that the next 6 months will involve a dozen good news for the ecosystem. Hoskinson reminded Cardano's critics that ADA is here to stay, as it focuses on solving real-world economic, political, and social issues, not to just pump and dump. We are, as he stated, on the verge of the most significant hard fork in the history of the project. Tons of community dApps are growing rapidly. We are leading the industry in scaling R&D. Rare Evo is going to be a huge event. The Foundation Summit, huge, will be at Token 24/9. Technologies like Hydra are maturing. We have partner chains, Midnight, Prism, tons of community events, Catalyst, and the Constitutional Convention in Argentina. Notably, the Cardano Foundation has announced a strategic partnership with Entre Rios state to further enhance blockchain development and adoption in Argentina, with other dozens of strategic Cardano partnerships. Hoskinson is confident that ADA will significantly benefit the mass adoption of digital assets led by institutional investors. Since the Alonso hard fork, Cardano network has grown into a vibrant Web3 ecosystem with more than 257 billion in total volume locked TVL. As of this report, more than 565 million ADA have been locked in different Web3 projects led by MinSwap, Indigo, and Liquid, among others. In a bid to attract more investors, the Cardano network has several meme coins such as SNEC, Hosky token, and among others. However, the Cardano network has faced intense competition from other layer 1 chains such as Ethereum, Solana, and Toncoin. I think that's the real crux of the issue here. From a technical standpoint, ADA price has been forming a bullish megaphone, whatever that means, which is preceded by explosive growth. We'll leave it there. Obviously, we know what ADA has done in the past. We know the potential and that Cardano is a good chain. Here's the thing. Cardano's ecosystem has been a very slow rollout over time, and people have very patiently waited for it to grow. When you're investing into the platform, buying tokens, building applications, speculating, using it, locking in your value, you have a feeling of a vested interest into that chain. And it's always frustrating when nothing is happening and you're watching other ecosystems around you go up in price, but that's only a fraction of the story. Just because BNB chain or Solana is doing well in terms of its token price does not mean that its ecosystem is better. It doesn't mean that in the long term, its ecosystem will push Cardano out of the rat race here. In all honesty, Cardano has a better blockchain than all of them. Better than Ethereum, better than Solana, better than BNB chain, probably better than most, mega large cap chains out there. The reason I say this is because they focus on, applying the scientific method to what they do and building out a very strong ecosystem and framework for their blockchain that actually protects users, protects wallets, protects funds. And if you look across the ecosystem, they have some of the lowest risk rates among other chains. One thing you want to compare it to Solana. Obviously, Solana has attracted a lot of volume, a lot of value, a lot of attention, but they can't stay online. They have issues. Things do get hacked on Solana. It's not fully reliable. It's very, very young, and it's moved super fast and tried to break things, whereas Cardano has taken a very slow and methodical approach. So if you look at the long term, do you really think Solana is going to still be there unless they actively solve these issues? Whereas Cardano is building a stronger chain, and the value there is more likely to stick there than is to stick on Solana. Solana is more of a fad at the moment. I try to have high hopes for Solana. It is really good at what it does. I just don't think that long term it's positioning itself very well when it has all these issues. Again, token price is not everything. If you want to invest in blockchain as a technology in the ecosystem and solving problems in the world, you probably want to look at Cardano because they're doing more in the world than Solana is. Just because Solana is worth a couple $100 in its token price doesn't mean shit. And that's the reality. And Toncoin has been under the radar for a long time. No one gives a shit about Toncoin. Maybe it has some great use cases within Telegram, but that ecosystem is very locked. It's a very tight ecosystem. It doesn't broaden out very well. So give it time, honestly. I used to be one of the biggest advocates for ADA, so I might have a little bit of an implicit bias there, but I was not necessarily wrong. ADA went from like 8 cents to like $3 plus. Like it did some crazy things in terms of its own token price that far exceed what Solana has been able to do. And it's actually held up pretty well despite ADA having pulled back so much, where Solana just fucking tanked in the last bear market really badly. It has been able to hold some of that value, showing that it has ecosystem strength. So I really like what direction they're going. I personally like Charles Hoskinson. I know he's a little bit of a zealot when it comes to what he believes in blockchain, but I think that passion translates into the things that he's pushing for and that's being built on Cardano. I don't see that passion on Solana. I just see a lot of let's pump this, let's meme that, let's run this swap and this DApp for now. And I don't like that. I don't think that's sustainable long term. So don't listen to the news. The news is always looking for a narrative. Focus on what's being done, what's being built. Cardano will be a top 10 blockchain for life. Once it gets to that point, once it substantiates itself even further, you're not going to be able to beat it. Honestly, if there's a blockchain out there that could surpass Ethereum and really beat it, not just in terms of functionality on chain, but also in terms of popularity and attract a majority of the DApp ecosystem, I think Cardano could do that. I really can see that for Cardano in the near future. I cannot see that for Solana for many reasons. And that's not a complete knock on Solana. I just don't think that they're going to be the biggest chain in the world. I don't picture that happening. Ethereum is too big. Solana would have to do something pretty crazy. But these are just my thoughts. I'm just kind of, rambling at this point. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Do you think Cardano is a sleeping giant? I'm kind of leaning that direction. Or do you think it's turning into a zombie coin, a zombie chain per se, a ghost chain? Is it going to fall off the edge of the earth? Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. And I will see you guys on the next video. Cheers.